Have you ever felt guilty without knowing why? Have you ever apologized, even when you did nothing wrong? That's how manipulation begins. Quietly, slowly, almost invisibly. Toxic people never arrive wearing warning signs. They arrive smiling, friendly, comforting, and before you realize it, they start controlling your emotions, your confidence, your decisions. At first it feels small, a sarcastic comment, a guilt trip, a subtle insult disguised as a joke. But over time, those tiny moments become psychological chains. You begin questioning yourself. Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm the problem. And that's exactly what manipulators want. They confuse you until you stop trusting your own mind. You start shrinking yourself to keep the peace. You stay quiet to avoid conflict. You apologize to survive another conversation. And slowly, you disappear. The dangerous part? Toxic people rarely yell in the beginning. They study you first. They learn your fears, your insecurities, your need for love. Then, they weaponize them against you. They make you feel guilty for having boundaries, selfish for saying no, weak at expressing emotions. And one day, you wake up emotionally exhausted. Not because life is hard, but because someone has been draining your mental energy every single day. You overthink every message, every reaction, every silence. You replay conversations in your head at 2 a.m. You become addicted to their approval. That's psychological manipulation, and millions of people live inside it without realizing it. The manipulator wants power, not love, control, no connection. Because when someone controls your emotions, they control your life. Maybe you've met someone like this, a toxic friend, a partner, a coworker, even family. People who make you feel smaller every time you leave the room. People who constantly criticize you, then call you dramatic when you react. That's called emotional conditioning. They hurt you, then punish you for feeling hurt. And the longer it continues, the more normal it feels. That's why toxic manipulation is dangerous. It rewires your reality. But one day, something changes. You start noticing patterns, the guilt, the blame shifting, the gaslighting, the emotional games. You realize healthy people don't make you feel afraid to speak. Healthy people don't destroy your confidence to keep you loyal. Healthy people don't manipulate your emotions to control you. And suddenly, the fog begins to clear. You start learning psychology, human behavior, manipulation tactics, narcissistic patterns, and for the first time, you stop blaming yourself. That realization changes everything, because awareness is power. The moment you see manipulation clearly, it starts losing control over you. But escaping toxic people is not easy. Your mind fights back. You miss them. You doubt yourself. You wonder if you're being too harsh. That's the psychological trap. Manipulators train you to feel guilty for protecting yourself. So when you finally say no, they get angry. Not because you hurt them, but because they lost control over you. And that moment feels terrifying. You lose relationships. People talk about you. Some call you selfish, cold, different. But growth always looks dangerous to people who benefited from your weakness. Healing is painful. You sit alone. You cry. You question your choices. But slowly, your mind becomes quieter. Your anxiety decreases. You stop checking your phone every 5 minutes. You stop fearing someone's opinion. And something beautiful happens. You begin rebuilding yourself. You exercise. You sleep better. You protect your peace. You discover who you are without manipulation or control over your identity. That's real freedom. Not money, not fame. Mental freedom. The ability to think without fear, to speak without guilt, to exist without needing permission. And the strongest transformation? Confidence. Real confidence. Not loud arrogance, not fake toughness, quiet confidence. The kind of toxic people can no longer be controlled. Because manipulators search for emotional weakness. But healed people become difficult to manipulate. You stop explaining yourself constantly. You stop begging people to understand you. You stop sacrificing your mental health to keep toxic people comfortable. And suddenly, life feels lighter, brighter, safer. You attract healthier people, better conversations, real friendships. Because once you respect your own mind, you stop allowing others to abuse it. And maybe the most important lesson is this. Not everyone who hurts you hates you. Some people hurt you because controlling you benefits them. That's why protecting your peace is not selfish. It's survival. You have one mind, one life, one identity. Do not hand it to people who manipulate your emotions for power. Walk away from the guilt. Walk away from the gaslighting. Walk away from the people who make you feel worthless, because your future changes the moment you stop shrinking yourself for toxic people. And remember this, the strongest person in the room, it's not the loudest. It's the person who finally learned how to protect their mind.